Thanks for joining the Life's Better podcast, Christmas edition, where we say life is so much better with God, community, purpose, and baby Jesus. So, Josh, last year about this time, we did a Christmas podcast, or at least a Christmas-themed podcast. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think there was like 25,000 people that wrote in saying how amazing it was.
You know, just an overwhelming response of, we want more of you guys just talking about Christmas stuff.
So we thought, well, we'll give you what you want. And so here we are, round two of our Christmas episode, which basically just means we're probably going to go light on the, content when it comes to God, community, and purpose. We'll still deal with it, but probably heavier on just silly Christmas stuff. Hopefully you guys will enjoy, and if not, well, you can just save your letter writing for something else that frustrates you, not for us. All right,
Don't be a Grinch.
Yeah, no, this is Christmas. Josh, one of the things that I really enjoy, and I know you do because you've told me before, is Christmas is a really great time for gift exchanges.
Yeah.
And it's always fun. Usually they're silly. The ones that I participate in, they're like silly white elephant gift exchanges. And those are always fun because people are stealing gifts and you never know what you're going to end up with. Mm-hmm. We thought we would do a gift exchange, the two of us. And the way this is going to work, though, is you don't just get the gift. You have to earn the gift. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I've got a list of 5 questions I'm going to be asking Josh. If he can answer correctly 3 out of the 5 questions having to do with Christmas, he gets the gift.
Yeah, and I have gotten Jonathan a gift. I just realized I actually left it in my office, but I can have fun running it over there and grabbing it. And if you win. You might not win.
I'm going to. And with our ability to edit, you're not even going to know that's what he's doing. Do you want me to ask you the first question?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
I don't think this will be too difficult.
Is that like the slang for difficult?
I always,
the kids are saying?
Yeah,
cool.
I'm
Diff.
super cool. Here,
it's not too diff.
The question I was going to ask you is, what gift did the little drummer boy give to newborn baby Jesus?
Oh, man. You said it's not difficult.
Think about the song. What did that guy give little baby Jesus? I have no gift to give.
He played him a song.
He rocked him a tune on his little drum. Yes.
That was his gift?
That was his gift.
I was going to say, I don't think he gave him his drums, even though that would be a sweet gift.
Honestly, a newborn baby, I don't even know if that baby's going to want a rockin' song.
Listen, we could have gotten really cool stories about Jesus leading bands and drums. I don't know.
He's got the little twirl with the sticks.
Yeah.
Does that have a name?
I don't know.
Drumstick twirl.
Yeah. I'm not a drummer, so I don't know.
I bet you Jesus rocked that harder than anyone else. I don't know. All right, what's mine?
All right, so mine all have a theme, and they're either going to be really...
Is the theme Christmas?
It is. They're either going to be really easy, or you've not seen any of these movies and will struggle.
Movies?
Yeah, they're slightly movie related.
Okay.
But they're very classics.
Okay.
hopefully you've even
I've got some classics. Okay. If they're new stuff, I'm host.
This is slightly new. Who was Buddy the Elf trying to find in New York City?
Oh, I got this.
Okay.
His dad.
His dad. Good job. Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. Number 1.
Elf is on our watch list.
Oh, man, it's such a good movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that movie.
Will Ferrell, hilarious.
I was worried because that one's still kind of new.
Yeah.
It's in the 2000s, early 2000s.
It's true. That one, though, it gets a repeat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're fine. You're doing fine.
Next question. And this should be easy for you. If it's not, I'm going to let your Spanish-speaking wife, who's got her master's, just beat you up tonight. Okay. How do you say Merry Christmas in Spanish?
Feliz Navidad.
No, that is incorrect. It's Fleas Naughty Dog. That's how I always said it when I was a kid.
I think is it Bruce that says Feliz on my dog? No, I think maybe it's Junior. I don't know.
That works too.
But yeah.
Yes, ding, ding, ding. 2 for 2. Good job.
Thank you, Spanish teacher in college. Anyway, who is a miser with his money and underpays and overworks his staff even on Christmas?
Oh, it's got to be Scrooge.
Scrooge.
No,
Ebenezer Scrooge. That is correct.
Yeah, what Ebenezer Scrooge is his real name.
I think Scrooge is his nickname that like people give him.
I didn't.
I think that's fair though. You obviously knew. My other one. I tried to make these easier because I was like, I don't know if Jonathan's seen a lot of movies. I was gonna ask who is the little boy who says, "God bless us, everyone."
Tiny Tim or
Good
something.
job.
Is it Tiny Tim? Is it okay?
Mm-hmm. Well done. You've seen movies.
Yeah, yeah, a few. Yeah. All right. Third one. Okay. This one may be a little tricky.
This one I can win the prize.
You could.
Okay.
Which country did eggnog come from? First of all, do you even like eggnog?
You know, I normally don't, but Emily loves it. Okay. And this year, she's tried really hard to get me to like it. There's an eggnog latte at Off the Ground that is amazing. And I was like, oh man, they froth steam the eggnog and like put it in with what is in latte all the time? It's just like hardcore coffee.
Okay.
But it's like espresso.
Oh, okay.
So it's just espresso and frothed eggnog, and I love it.
My guess is you're digging it more for the latte factor. Yeah.
Probably. I don't know. It's good. I would guess, man, eggs. You know, it's got to be either Europe or here. I would maybe guess like Holland or something like that.
Yeah, well, that's a good guess, but this is your first incorrect.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
okay. Where was it?
Okay, I'm still going to say you're incorrect. I'll give you a hint. It's an English-speaking country in Europe.
Okay, so I was right about the Europe thing.
Yeah. Let me stress that again.
That's only England.
There it is. There it is.
I was going to say,
England.
England. I don't think that there's any other.
You nailed it. They all speak English over there, right?
That's true. A lot of them probably do.
Probably not their main language, but.
All right, so number 3, you could win it on this.
Okay.
What is the name of the little boy who turns his home into a fortress to protect it from robbers on Christmas Day?
Well, it's Home Alone, but what is his name?
Yeah.
Okay. Kevin.
Good job. Well done.
Kevin is his first name.
What made you remember it?
I remember, like, weren't they always shouting his name? Like,
Yes.
Kevin!
Yes.
And so I was trying to remember, okay, what was that like?
If I ever forget, I always think to the part where the mom finally realizes it, and it's like iconic scene where it zooms in on her face. She goes, Kevin! Yeah.
What's his last name?
I forget their last name, so I don't even want to hold that against you that you don't know their last name.
Kevin, I got it.
Is it... Well, I almost said Kevin Malone, but that's the guy from The Office.
Oh, you know what?
Kevin.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
Anyway.
Anyway. Next one. This one, again, you could win it on this one. Lots of people. This is another tricky one.
All right.
Just think deception. Jonathan's just trying to make it difficult
Deceive
and
me.
deceive. Okay. So
Even in what he's saying right now. It's
not this. I'm trying to give you a hint. Okay. So lots of people have doubted Virgin Mary's birth over the years.
Okay.
Who was the first?
Who's the first to doubt Virgin Mary's birth?
Yes.
The first one to doubt Virgin Mary's birth.
That this could be possible that a virgin is actually going to give birth to.
Oh, Mary did, right?
Okay, where are you going with that one?
Because she was like, how is this possible? I've never... Does she ever say that, though?
You know what? That's true. Josh, you may get me on a technicality here. That I was going with Joseph because he wanted to divorce her quietly.
I almost said Joseph.
But Mary, I'm going to give you the point on that
really?
one.
You're gonna give me that one?
I'm going to give you the point. Mary was the first one to doubt. How could that be?
Did she doubt?
How could that be?
Yeah, doesn't she say?
How could that be? It's Mary. It's Mary. Well, I was thinking I was tricking you, and you
tricked you.
You tricked me. Good.
All right, number 4. You've already won your present, but these are just for extra bragging rights. Okay. What American celebration, this one's probably my toughest one, is taking place at the beginning of Miracle on 34th Street?
Oh, it's got to be the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Dude, you are a movie buff when it comes to Christmas movies.
Old stuff, I guess.
Well done. Well done.
All right, I'm going to ask you the last one. You've still earned it, but here it is. You should know this. If you don't,
oh no,
I'm going to have to beat you up. Okay, what were the gifts given to baby Jesus by the wise men?
Gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
You keep your pastor's card. Yes, that is correct. Ding, ding,
myrrh
ding.
is always like the funny one. It's like, what in the world is that?
Yes.
Frankincense, it's like, okay, I kind of get because it was, he's probably going to poop a lot. It's going to smell really bad. One thing I've always wondered is what in the world did they do with that stuff? Like, did they use it? Because they're about to go to Egypt after that.
Yeah.
Like, where did all of that go?
I would imagine it's in buying all the stuff that they needed for that trip.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's what I was
Or
thinking.
they're just flashing some seriously cool gold teeth. And maybe, I don't know about the smells, but. All right, what's the last one?
All right, number 5 is, and I don't even know if you've seen this movie, but what did Ralphie desperately want for Christmas in The Christmas Story?
Red Ryder BB gun.
Good job. Wow.
But he couldn't.
You were so worried about all of those.
I was
and
actually.
you nailed them 5 for 5.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
All right, gift
Out of
giving
all
time.
those, what was your favorite of the Christmas movies that I went through?
Oh, Elf's great for the family.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas Story's great for the nostalgia.
That's Emily's favorite.
Is that right?
By far. Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
All right, I'm going to give you my gift first. Here it is, man.
All right. Oh, man, it's wrapped and everything?
And I've got some scissors if you want to...
That's probably a good idea. Otherwise, I'll struggle for a while. This is going to be great for people who are listening only on audio. Just a bunch of like...
opening the package now. What did he get?
Oh, man, it's 6 pairs of briefs.
So, underwear, Josh, I got
Fantastic.
I know. Emily's been telling me that you've just been, like, blowing through pairs.
Absolutely.
And I just thought underwear
Especially
would be
those
perfect.
farts, man. It just rips right through. I appreciate this.
Yeah, hopefully-
Nothing better for Christmas than clean underwear.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
It's just going to feel nice.
Okay, Jonathan. I have wrapped your gift, and the bag is slow because the gift is a little heavy. I'll go ahead and give you a hint. It's in this awesome Valentine's Day bag, which is fitting because this is a silly gift.
And for those of you who cannot see this, the bag actually has a sloth on it, and the caption says, "I love you so much." And
Well,
even
anyway.
if the gift is a dud, can I keep the bag?
Absolutely.
Because that's worth it right
Absolutely, right there. You can pass it on to Dana at some
there.
point.
It will definitely happen.
Anyway, mine, I put in a bag because I'm not a big wrapper person, but I appreciate you wrapping. It is,
Yes, a bright pink, I'm guessing, what, a 5-pound weight?
it actually has it on the side. It's a 3-pound weight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm not strong enough for the
So
fiver.
my thought is you love to work out,
I love it.
but you're also on the go. So I figured this could maybe fit in your pocket or something, or in your back of your hood. And whenever you need a good workout while you're at work or something like that, you can just pull this out.
That's exactly what's
Yeah.
happening right now. For those of you who can't see, I'm getting swole. That's what.
It's the weight for the on the move man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. The colors also right up my alley.
Yeah.
Josh, thank you so much
No
for
problem.
the gift.
No
Yeah.
problem.
All
Awesome.
right. Well, now if you're used to our show, this is where we usually get into some great content having to do with growing your relationship with God, building authentic community, and finding real purpose in life. And again, we're going to touch on some of those things, but we're just going to interview each other, having to do with different Christmas traditions as well as experiences, and hopefully some of that will be drawn out. The first question I'm going to ask you, Josh. As a kid, I know there's always like the hot toy, I've
Yes.
got to have a pony, those type of gifts. For you, Josh, what was the gift that you always wanted as a kid and it never showed up under the tree?
Never showed up. So I was a big gamer as a kid, and I still remember there was just a point where my parents started to want to teach me how to earn stuff and how to pay for stuff and all of these things. And so instead of just getting the things I wanted desperately for Christmas, anytime I said, hey, I desperately want this thing, they would be like, okay, you need to start saving for that thing. And I just thought, they're just trying to hide that they're actually going to buy it for me for my birthday, for Christmas, or whatever. And I really desperately wanted an Xbox 360. That's what I wanted. And time came and went. I didn't get it for Christmas one year. I thought, okay, birthday's coming up February, I'll get it for birthday. Didn't happen. I was like, no problem. They're just waiting for the newer, nicer one to be a little bit cheaper because it's going to take a year. Waited a whole other year. It went by 3 years in a row where I just didn't get it. And I finally was like, you know what? I'm going to buy it myself. And so finally, I saved up some money. And I think I was in middle school at this point, and I bought myself a 360 with my own money, and the rest is history. I'm still a gamer to this day.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Was it worth it, or would you have preferred your parents not teaching you that valuable lesson and just getting the gift?
I definitely value money more, and I definitely value the things I buy more than the things that I just get given as gifts, if that makes sense.
Sure.
And so like that Xbox 360 I still own to this day, even though I've never touched it in years. I don't want to get rid of it, and I think part of it is because
You earned it.
I earned that. I paid for that. I saved up for a whole year for that thing. So
That makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah, when I was a kid, this is gonna make me sound like a real girl, but I
Was it a weightlifting set? That
it was
brightening?
not. It was this little thing called a glowworm.
Okay.
Which again, you're not gonna know because you're not old. But I wanted a glowworm. Like all the advertisements, all the commercials were like, "This is the coolest glowworm." And I remember there was a lady in our church that said, "Jonathan, what do you want for Christmas? I'll get you what you want for Christmas." Like, a glowworm. I want a glowworm. She did not give me a glowworm. She thought she got me a glowworm. I unwrapped the package and I don't even know what it was. It was just like this plastic like creature. And she's like, "Oh, isn't this what you wanted?" And it's like, "It's great, thank you." And my parents never got me the glowworm, but it was fun. Dana got the glowworm, and I think she held on to it, and we may still have her glowworm. So when I'm lonely, I can just.
What was the purpose of a glowworm?
Its face glowed at night, but it was like a stuffed animal that you can still have soft, like love, and it would glow, and they were just super cute and ridiculous.
You really wanted one. Okay.
I don't want them now. So if you're thinking, I'm going to get that guy a glowworm, pass. Buy me something useful.
Cool. Everybody get him a glowworm for
There
Christmas.
we go. I'm going to have 20.
All right, this one's more Jesus themed.
Yeah.
It says, obviously, Jesus is the best Christmas gift ever, but what rhythms do you place in your life in this season to appropriate the gift of Jesus?
Probably that was a typo. It meant appreciate Jesus. Yeah.
I think that makes, is appropriate a word? I think so.
It is.
Right?
It's
So,
just
like,
not the right one.
You're putting him in his appropriate place.
Sure, we'll go with that one.
I thought it made sense.
I know for me, I love almost everything Christmas, the lights, like the silliness that has nothing to do with Jesus. But at the same time, what I try to do is I try to connect even the silly things with Jesus in some way. So when I'm like experiencing really cool lights and just that fun hanging out with my family, I just try to point it back to Jesus. So like, okay, Jesus is the light of the world. And it's like, oh, and the star on top of the tree. Well, that's because the star guided the wise men. I just try to consistently try to find little ways to bring it back in my heart and my thinking to this great gift, not just all of the fanfare that oftentimes Christmas is. That's what I do anyway.
No, I like that a lot. And something that's always helped growing up was my parents, before we would open any gifts, was we would read that story. But something I'm realizing as I get older is because I've grown up with the story, sometimes it can become stale. Like I can hear it and, sometimes I just focus way too much on the details, like the finer details of, they were in Bethlehem and they were in a stable and there were shepherds, like all these, and it can overshadow like the real importance of the story. And so something that I've been doing for a few years, and like one of the most Christmassy verses to me is John 3:17, which is the whole idea of like Jesus came not to condemn the world but to save it, and the fact that he is God with us. And like to them at that time, the reason that the shepherds were like in so awe, and like the disciples, it was crazy to them to think that God came and was a human with us. And like to us, we've grown up with that, and I'm used to that idea. But just the amazing story that is, because he didn't have to do that. There was no reason like that he needed to, but he chose to for us because we needed it. So
that's really good. Now, when it comes to Christmas, like I just mentioned, there's so many things to love and enjoy, but is there anything that so many other people really love and you're just like, yeah, I don't like that about Christmas? I could really take or leave that one.
Ooh, dude, I love so many things about Christmas. And so like when I read this, I was like, I don't know, is there anything at all? And I think the biggest one for me, and this may be a cheat, is just Black Friday shopping.
No way.
It's just like I'm
not
into
like
it.
Yeah.
I'm not into it.
I thought you were saying you were going to like that in spite of all the craziness. Okay.
Yeah, when I was younger, as a teenager, it was an excuse to go hang out with my friends at the mall or something like that. But just like the idea of waiting in line to save like a few bucks on something that early in the morning just sounds so awful. And like most of the deals you can find online now,
Cyber
and even
Monday.
there, they're not that great.
They're
Like they're
really
just not that. They disguise it, but it's about the same price as it was normally.
Yeah.
You're just getting excited because it's has a big red dot. Subtraction this,
Yes.
but they boosted those prices before.
Right.
So, yeah, I just don't get into it. I love gift giving. Don't get me wrong. I do a lot of shopping, more than I should, as I've been told by my wife. But not a big fan of Black Friday.
No, I'm with you. Never have been. So for me, I think the answer to that one would be Santa. I just don't really like Santa. He's fine. He's just not Jesus.
Big old Grinch over here. I'm
So
just kidding.
I'm
just
gonna
kidding.
I'm gonna pass on Santa, and even just the hype that Santa gets when it comes to, I don't know, what is it, the North Pole tracker and all this stuff that you can fool your kids with on apps. It's like that just seems so wrong. I just don't like it. I don't get into it. But anyway,
I get it. That's something that my family didn't really ever get into either.
Yeah.
And, you know, they didn't spend a lot of time trying to convince me that Santa was real. I can't remember a time that I believed he was real. So there you go. And I'm not worse off for it. So I apologize if you're listening to the podcast and we just are Santa
Ruined your
haters
life.
and ruined your life.
maybe some of you youngsters who love our podcast, your mind is just reeling.
Anyway, next question is, what's one community Christmas building experience that is an absolute must for you?
All right, so for me, that community building Christmas experience, there's a few, but one that it's just been a part of my life ever since I can remember would be the Christmas Eve service. You know, just taking that time before all the gifts are unwrapped and meals and family, just making that time centered on the fact that Jesus came to save us.
No, 100%. That was my answer as well. Like just having that time, and I thought, moving into a pastoral position, that would be annoying, but it's not. Never has it ever been like, dang, now we got to go serve at the Christmas Eve service.
Right.
Like it's something that my family, even Emily, who is more of a volunteer position, loves to do. So
That's neat. That's
Yeah.
neat. So on your end, Josh, holidays, they're fantastic. Movies around Christmas time, they seem to be like growing. There's so many. Are there any for you guys that get rewatched almost every single Christmas though?
Yes, and it's embarrassing to say, but Emily and I watch a lot of movies. We just love to throw on a movie at home, even while we're doing anything else, cooking, playing a board game, whatever. Elf every year.
Is that right?
A Christmas Story every year. Grinch with Jim Carrey
Yeah.
every year. It's a Wonderful Life is probably every year. Great movies. If I had to choose one, though, because Emily's more of the, we got to watch this one before Christmas is over. Like, if I had to pick one, it would probably be Home Alone.
Really?
I
Okay.
love that film. I just think it's hilarious.
My kids got into it, I think, for the first time last year. That was the first year that they watched it, and they all really loved it. I mean,
man.
all that slapstick comedy, I mean, that's right up their alley.
And I think the first one is the best one. Like, the second one's okay.
Right.
I've never even seen I think I have seen the third one, but it's the one with, like, it's a reboot.
Yes.
That makes sense. And then they rebooted it again this year, and it's
is that
apparently
right?
awful. Like,
This
I don't
year,
know.
there's a new one this year. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not even on, like, in theaters. It's straight to, I think, Disney Plus. So
Oh, and Disney did it?
Yeah.
And they didn't do it well.
I don't think it's good.
Okay. Well, you guys can watch it. Tell us what you think. For me, weird, I've told you this before, but the movie that gets rewatched is Holiday.
Oh,
Or
the
The Holiday?
Holiday? Yeah, with
Which
Jack
is-
Black and
which is a total
yeah.
chick flick, but Dana gets all romantic, and it's like, yeah, let's bust out.
Emily likes that
Holiday.
movie too.
That's what I'm
I'd never seen it until we were like maybe last year. I think something like that, maybe 2 years ago. I don't know.
It's really not even like a true like Christmas.
It's like Christmassy.
It's just that
adjacent.
Season. Yes, it's Christmas adjacent, but that's the one that like every year we're like, hey, we gotta watch this before Christmas.
Yeah. Well, there you go. The next one, is it me?
Yeah.
Would you rather have 3 feet of snow for Christmas or no snow at all?
3 feet or none at all on Christmas.
18 inches.
This is a no-brainer for me. Snow.
Really?
Bring it on. 3 feet of snow on Christmas would be Awesome. That's because you live in Snowville, and I am just now like experiencing snow.
Kind of. We like get snow every once in a while, and we get good snow not that often.
Right, it's true.
But man, I know the traveling that Emily and I do, like we couldn't go anywhere.
I would just imagine if we're not going somewhere, or if we have already gotten there, I just imagine all the fun that I could have with my boys.
That's true.
On Christmas, just in 3 feet of snow. That would be so cool. So no for you, yes for me.
Absolutely not for me.
All right. Between Matthew and Luke, those are the 2 primary gospels that tell the Christmas story. Obviously, there's still John, who in his own poetic way kind of tells the birth, but you got to really be into poetry to like draw that out. Which one do you prefer?
I think Luke's account is just a little bit more
Thorough?
detailed.
Okay.
He also has the I don't think Matthew has this. It's the account with
Elizabeth,
where they're at the temple.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
With
which I don't think is in Matthew.
And Anna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is just neat to when they go there, and especially that guy who's like told by God, I'm going to see this Savior beforehand. Like that's always really neat to me. But yeah, I think it's just a little more detailed. It's a little more maybe family. I don't want to say family friendly. Matthew doesn't do anything vulgar, but like it's just like I don't know. Matthew's so historically like I'm writing a history book almost.
See, I feel like Luke is that way, and
I know
that's
people
why
say
he
that, yeah.
adds the details, which draws you in.
That's true. Matthew, I don't know. Just not a Matthew fan, other than Matthew 5 through 7.
Wow, burn! You're not a Gospel of Matthew fan. Like, are you gonna throw that down? You're just gonna throw that out there.
I mean, if I'm ranking them,
Okay,
Matthew would probably be last.
okay, I'm just throwing out like Sermon on the Mount.
I love Sermon on the Mount.
I mean,
that's the best part of Matthew.
Like, well, okay, Great Commission.
I mean, that's good too.
What about?
We get it in Acts though.
Yeah, well, I guess.
Acts is my favorite book of the Bible.
Is it?
That helps.
So obviously Luke wins because he wrote them both. Yeah, I lean towards Luke. I really like Matthew still though.
Luke writes, and this is like really nerdy biblical talk, but Luke writes like a person writing for a TV show. And if you read Acts, like every single chapter of Acts, if you want to like get into the Bible, read Acts because every single chapter begins with like a little bit of a recap of where you left off, and then ends with just a slight tease of what's going to happen next.
You got to keep
it's
reading.
Awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And he like cuts back and forth between characters. It's like Game of Thrones in the Bible.
You know what? You may be overhyping that, and some people who never read the Bible like, what? Game of Thrones? And you'd be like,
awesome, good.
Okay.
They read the Bible.
just don't be disappointed if you were hoping for like
better
nudity
and a better ending,
murder and all kinds of
and a better
stuff.
ending. Anyway,
I don't watch Game of Thrones. I've heard that's in there though. Is it your question or mine? Yours.
Is it mine?
It
okay,
is.
yeah. Who is the toughest person you have to buy for this Christmas?
Okay.
Now you don't do a lot of the Christmas shopping
I don't
either.
do a lot, and so that actually narrows down my answers.
I was about to say.
I throw out my ideas for our family, our extended family, so I definitely have a part to play in that. But probably the toughest is the staff. It's you, Josh.
What?
It's
What?
you, Tina. Or
How?
yeah, as much as I enjoy shopping for, okay, I don't enjoy shopping. Gift giving is not my love language. I struggle so hard. But because like the staff, like that's my gig, sometimes I'm just like, okay, Josh loves gifts. What would he love? And
no,
man,
don't have to worry about it.
If Tina's listening,
anything.
if Tina's watching or listening, Tina, you're hard to buy for. I'm just saying, like, what's Tina gonna want?
Just get her something like food related that's not dessert, like salty and savory. Because she's a savory
we got her
fan.
meat socks as one
Meat
of the.
socks.
She couldn't eat them, but she could rock them.
I guarantee you, she would think that gift is hilarious if you found meat
She
socks.
did. We did last year.
The meat
socks?
socks?
They weren't actually actual meat. They just looked like meat. She couldn't actually eat it. Yeah.
What?
It looked like meat,
That's so cool.
like bacon or I don't even know what.
I'm a little disappointed that it's not actual meat.
Yeah. What about you? Who's hardest?
So this is easiest for me to answer because it's the last person on my shopping list. It's my grandparents on my mom's side. They get whatever they want, and whenever I ask, it's like, oh, we don't need anything, and I don't like that. If I ask you, what do you want, and you tell me oh, don't get me anything. That's like a slap in the face to me.
So Josh, I am just so impressed that you buy gifts for your grandparents.
Oh yeah.
I never once, my grandparents are dead. I never once bought them a gift, ever. It never even crossed my mind to buy my grandparents a gift.
We all get together. Anyone who buys me a gift, I don't feel obligated to, but I want to also participate.
Okay.
I hate the one-way street thing.
Yeah.
I hate getting more gifts than I've given somebody else. Like, and growing up, like that's all you do is like parents will get you more. Emily's parents go all out, and like I'll have a stack, and I'm just like, Emily, why do we? What do we do? Like, why we do only like 2 gifts for them? Like, that's
Right.
not fair, and it's just annoying.
And they probably don't even necessarily care about the gifts that you
oh
give.
no.
It's like we just wanted to back the truck up.
Again, same
in your
people.
life.
If I had to name a second, it's my in-laws. Oh my gosh. Every single time, it's like, oh, we don't want anything. We absolutely don't want anything. And it's like, you're getting something.
Marty,
You might as
stop
well
being
tell
so
me what
good.
you want, because otherwise you're going to get stuff you don't want.
That's funny.
But anyway, yeah, that's mine. And it's yours. Your question, I believe.
I think I asked that one. No, you're right. My bad.
You're fine.
What's the most memorable thing that has happened to you this year? So from last Christmas to this Christmas, what's filled you with purpose and meaning and all kinds of good feelings?
Man, there's been a lot of good stuff this last year. When I was thinking over this, just a lot of good things flooded my mind, which is always a great thing to do, be able to look at the last year and thank God for it. But one of the things that I've just missed, and we got to do finally this year, was a trip with the students, and it was Camp Calvary. Camp Calvary was just very excellent this year. We had students that really opened up that hadn't in the past, and also, we hadn't had anything like that in almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And so being able to go back with students and really experience something like that and the community that it brings to is just really, really nice. And I'm looking forward to hopefully a full year of it next year.
Yeah.
And then I'll get back to the slight fear and not disgust, but like definitely, I don't know, like work that is camp. But right now I'm just looking at it as
It was amazing.
I'm so excited for it. So yeah.
I like that. The most meaningful thing that has happened to me this year is my wife got pregnant again. I don't know how it keeps happening, but it does.
Somebody should teach him.
Yeah, but no, I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
the
Due
next baby.
in early January, right? Yeah.
Early January. Hopefully, we'll wait till then. I don't want him interrupting Christmas, but we'll see.
Hey, that'd be cool though. And from then that point on, you only have to buy gifts for once a year instead of twice.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
I'm just kidding. Anyway, so the next question is, would you rather build a snowman, go sledding, have a snowball fight, or stay inside drinking hot cocoa?
All right, so hanging out with my family, got all those snow options, or
All the snow
inside.
or hot cocoa?
I don't even have to think about this one. It's sledding. Without a doubt, it's sledding. Snowball fights are great, but you just get jacked up and sweaty. What was the other one?
You don't get sweaty going sledding?
I do, but I just love sledding. I really love sledding.
Build a snowman was the other one.
Yeah, that one's fun. I like, but that can be kind of your hands can get so cold if you're not careful.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Sledding.
You don't have like a good pair of like snow gloves?
I do, but sometimes in order to get like the compression that you need, sometimes you got to actually get rid of the gloves. So
Gotta ditch them.
obviously, I'm a snow builder. We built a couple snow families, I think, this past year.
Man, we got a good snow.
We had such good snow last year. Yeah, maybe if we get that 3 feet at Christmas.
We'll see.
All right.
well,
what about you? Yeah, sorry.
I think I'm right there with you. Sledding is just super fun.
I could see you doing the hot chocolate inside.
Now, I will say I love to end all snow-related activities with hot chocolate inside. But there's some videos that got posted last year of even just Emily and I, because we couldn't spend it with other people because it was so much snow, just sledding in our backyard. And we were trying to like stand on top of the sled. Do you remember these videos?
I remember seeing 1 or 2 of them, yes.
And I'm just eating it every single time.
Yeah, there was a fall or two.
Yeah. But it was very fun.
Do you
I love that kind of
you
stuff.
don't have a hill in your backyard now that you moved? You're gonna have to come over to our place. We got a killer hill.
No, we will have to take you up on that. But if the farmer who we live across the street from is okay with it, there's some pretty good hills. Now that all the corn's gone,
yes,
dude, there's some great hills over there. And obviously there would be tracks that he'd be able to see afterward. But, I mean, he's not using it.
Messing up his cornfield with all those sledding tracks. How dare you? All right, last question here. Name 3 words that best describe Christmas for you.
So
is one.
Yes. No, I didn't write these down, and I'm actually blanking on what my words were. Give me a second. If you want, you can share yours.
Mine are silly. Mine would be Jesus, Savior, freedom. Just because of Jesus, we have a Savior who allows me to experience freedom and grace. So those would be my 3.
Man, mine sounds a little less cool because mine aren't only Jesus related, but family is definitely one that comes up. Love and kindness. Okay. I just think that not only is the story just a really good story of love and kindness from God, but my routines of visiting family that I might not see very much in the year, and just getting to eat together and be together is great. And then also being able to exchange gifts that are meaningful and stuff like that is, people say, gifts shouldn't be the major thing of a season. And it's not for me, but it's definitely high on there for love languages.
Sure.
And it's just an opportunity for me to kind of go all out. Because most of the time, if you just give people a bunch of gifts, they're like, why are you doing this? But Christmas, it's completely socially acceptable for me to go crazy. So I love that time of year.
That's good. All right, well, we hope you guys have a fantastic Christmas. And in this season, don't forget to just pursue your relationship with God, others, and I think from that, you'll find a lot of purpose in your life. God bless.